Malachy, congratulations. Just before, I suppose, we analyse the game, firstly, 5th successive year now you're in Division 1, mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a great achievement for the boys and for everybody associated with Monaghan football, because you see the size of the counties and the resources to have that and everybody wants to stay in Division 1. So we're delighted that we've managed to achieve it for another year. So that's the first goal accomplished. And now I suppose the last game against Dublin is going to be a real tough one. But we're delighted again to get down to Croke Park. The pressure's off, I suppose, with regards to league points, but we want to put up a good performance. And then it's looking forward to the championship day. And I think Tyrone had a great victory today, so it's all systems go for it.
Galway and Dublin we have heard of through, so there's no league final on offer next week, but it's always nice going to Dublin.
Yeah, well, it is, but I suppose the last time we were there, it was tough enough experience for us, playing them in the championship. So Dublin never, they never let their standards drop, and so we know that we'll have to play really well to try and be competitive next week. But look, that's where you want to be. You want to be playing in Croke Park. That's where all the big games are, and you want to be testing yourself against teams like Dublin. So it's going to be a big test for us. But no, we'll look forward to it.
This afternoon, so it was important to bounce back from last week's defeat to Galway. That was disappointing the way that game turned out. But this afternoon, first half, looking comfortable, maybe just the eye off the ball a little bit. Donegal created a number of goal chances in the first half. I know you've only conceded 1 goal in the whole league campaign, but you'd have been worried maybe at half time.
Yeah, well, it was. We were just disappointed. As you say, we were 7-2 up. We were controlling the game well. We were playing fairly well, and then we gave away. We could have conceded another goal, and then we did concede a goal, a couple of points as well. So it put us on the back foot. And at half time, then Donegal obviously had the win in the second half. So it made the situation that wee bit trickier for us. But no, in fairness to the boys, we started off the second half really well. We got on top again, and we got a couple of great scores. So it left us with a 5 or 6 point gap, and we knew then if we controlled the play, and didn't do anything stupid and just kept the scoreboard ticking over, that we should run out victors at the end, and that's the way it turned out. So we're delighted.
Dream start to the second half. Ryan Wiley's goal. You probably didn't introduce him to score a goal, but maybe more to mark Jamie Brennan. Yeah,
that's right. We just wanted to tighten up the defence a wee bit, and we introduced Ryan and Desi, and both of them did really well when they went in. But that's the thing about the panel at the minute. The boys are all fighting for places, and one day somebody plays well, another day they might have an off day, and we have someone else to introduce. And that's the thing about how that's what we want, a strong panel that's going to keep everybody on their toes, and that if you need changes, they'll come in and make an impact.
You're talking about your panel. I think Aaron Lynch's, that's number 31 you've used in the league campaign. Just 3 of those have started every game: Rory, Conor Boyle and Niall Cairns. So you have really given players a lot of game time in the National League.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what we wanted to do at the start of the National League. We wanted to, we've been trying to grow the panel this last few years, and with this year we wanted to, rather than playing the same 17 or 18 boys over and over again, we didn't want to overload anything, and we felt that the boys in the panel were good enough to come in and play at this level, and that's what it showed. And I suppose in fairness to Niall and Conor was away all last year, so had no football last year at all, so we wanted to make sure that when we got him back in that we gave him plenty of game time. And Niall didn't get any game time last year either. He'd on the panel, so again with Niall we wanted to make sure that he got as much game time as he possibly could, and that has worked well for them. And as I say, everyone else we mixed and matched, and we've got good results out of it.
Just finally, it's been a pleasing league campaign so far. 1 game to go this afternoon, another very pleasing performance. I'm sure you're pretty happy with the afternoon, how it all went.
Yeah, well, we are, and overall we wanted, at half time we were disappointed the way the first half finished, but we wanted to make sure we had a good second half performance, and we did that. So no, overall delighted with the league campaign. But look, we all know from other years the league doesn't, the championship is a completely different matter. We have a very tough game in the first round of the championship, Tyrone with a big victory today. So we're delighted with staying in the division and now focus on what's ahead.
Rory, congratulations, big win this afternoon. It keeps you in Division 1 for a 5th successive season. Unfortunately, there's no league final placed on offer next week with Galway's draw against Dublin, but mission accomplished really to remain in Division 1.
Yeah, that was one of our aims, obviously, to stay up, and I suppose people are telling us we were safe coming into this game, but it sort of wasn't the fact. We were still looking around our shoulder. It would have took a miraculous set of results to put us down, but we didn't want to leave it to that. So boys just dug into there, and we got the result. Look, it's obviously disappointing that we don't have something to fight for in the last game, but we'll just go on and go out and give a good performance against Dublin and hopefully get something from it.
6 point win this afternoon. You played a big part in that, not just your 3 frees, but some fantastic saves. I know you'll be disappointed to be beaten, your first goal conceded in the league, but you pulled off some fantastic saves in that first half to keep your side in it really in the first half, because it was an out of sorts first half performance at times.
Yeah, it was. Look, we weren't playing our normal game at all. You know, we're giving cheap ball away, and maybe the wind played a bit of a part in that, but it wasn't our usual selves, and we were very disappointed with that. But look, that's my job to do, is to make saves, and whenever they need me, I'm trying to do my best to stop them. So look, with the bad first half and you had the wind, you could have been easily coming out only a point up against a strong wind there, but got a really good start to the second half, and I suppose that really settled us.
It was a good second half performance overall. I suppose you just weren't under severe pressure in that second half. You always looked comfortable. Yeah,
look at the boys. We just completely different halves. So they were, like, you know, we were keeping the ball a lot better. Boys looking for more breaking lines, and you know, we got a couple of frees at Monty or myself or Davey, whoever it was kicking them, and just we were far more patient in our play that we weren't doing in the first half. So tale of two halves, you can say it, but look, there still is improvement ahead of next week against Dublin, because if we play like we did in the first half next week, you know, there'll be no second half to save, you know.
It's always nice going to Croke Park as a player, but against Dublin, I suppose Championship Dublin have really put just to the sword really, but in National League games it's been close, so expecting maybe a close affair next week again.
Yeah, look, hopefully we don't go in with the mindset that, you know, we've nothing to play for, and that's what happens. But look, we'll go up to prove a point that, you know, we're in Croke Park to do a job, and we're going up to get 2 points. Look, we're not going to have a league final, we're not going to get relegated after it, so we can try new things, and new boys can get games. So that's another positive side to it. But look, they have been tight. The games against Dublin have been tight, and look, we're looking to get on the right side of the result this time, because 1 point victories count for nothing really, and we want to get that big victory.